Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for joining us. Hope you all doing good. Hope you all having a wonderful day. Feel free to comment. Consider subscribing. Please like and share. And have a wonderful day. Hope you liked the video. And stick around for Sweet Bailey's Tip of the Day! Alright, we are back here. It is the next day. So good morning. And we have got 2 more holes drilled completely. And we are gonna put two more of the anchors in. I wood rasp this board here because it was really rough and I got a pretty good sliver yesterday. I didn't wood rasp this one. It's not as bad, so that'll be fine. I kind of like the natural rough look. And let me show you what I was doing with the anchors. I did get these ones bolted in there, but I do not like how deep in there that they are, because I did make a mistake, and I will admit that, is I did tap those in too far, so they're only about barely over an inch away from the wall. So there's only like 3/4 of an inch of holding wood there, which I do not really like, but I messed with them for like 45 minutes trying to get them out. This one's a little further out, but and this one was a little bit off too. I couldn't use the original washer. I had to get a smaller washer because it was not perfectly centered. And when you're drilling these out, you have to be very, very specific on your hole drilling, because if it is off, literally, like you can see, that's only off like 2 millimeters, and that was a nightmare. So you have to be very, very precise on where your holes are. So I think these are ready to be tapped in there, and now I know from my mistake with those two is to tap these in and then make sure there's exactly 1.5 inches sticking out of the wall, because once you tap it in, there's no going back. So we're just gonna set that in there and then tap it in there. Nice and easy. And I did, when I drilled it out, I had to use this 1/2 inch bit because it's a bit bigger than the 1/2 inch masonry bit, so it gets it the full size that it needs to be. And I did have to waller it just a little bit. You do want it nice and tight, but not too tight. So we're gonna stop there and measure it just to be safe. So we'll take the nut off, the washer, and the spacer. set them over here. Grab our measuring tape. It's hard to do all this stuff with one hand because every single one of my videos that you have seen thus far, I am holding my phone with one hand and trying to do other things with the other hand. So we need to tap this in a little further. And when you're tapping those in, you want to tap it in while it's together, because the nut and the washer will tap in both of these sleeves, and the second sleeve is the one that's the very technical one, because once this sleeve is in a position, you can tap it in further, but you cannot pull it back out. And then the actual stud itself will kind of wiggle a little bit if there is wiggle room. So we're going to put our spacer back on there. I'm just going to show you this one for demonstration, and then I'm going to have to do the other 6 holes off screen to save time on the video, because the video is already like a half hour, I believe, and I try to keep them less than a half hour. So we just want to go on just a little more, and the bolts seem to kind of slop around in there, and we don't want to go too far. That's a mistake we made last time. And we want 1.5 inches of the stud sticking out. So I believe we can go a little more. Let's try that. Because you can always tap it in a little further, but you can't pull it back out. So it's better to do it this way and be safe than sorry. And I think that's going to be primo there, because the stud is just a little bit inside of the nut there. So we're going to call that one good. And I'm going to stop the video here. I did get the upper hole drilled out too, so I'm going to put that anchor in now, and then I can mount this board, and then I just have the cross boards to do. So the next time you see me or the video, hopefully we have all the boards mounted. One last thing I did want to mention, and as you already know, this is my first time drilling in concrete or bricks and anchoring stuff, so this is an experience for me. And the reason that I have my YouTube channel is that I like to help people share my experience and what I have learned. So another thing I figured out in the process of mounting this board, I've got this one in there successfully, and when you putting the anchors in, you tap the whole anchor in as deep as you want it, and then you remove the smooth sleeve, the washer, and the nut, and leave the other sleeve and the bolt or stud in there. And then you want to place your wood or whatever you're mounting on there. And then after that, the actual stud will slide kind of back and forth. And the problem is if you push the stud into the wall and the bricks are hollow, it could fall in there and you will never get it out of there. So now I'm trying to tap this in there without the stud going into the wall. So you have to be very careful. It's very delicate technical work, and you want the stud to stay where it is, and you want the sleeve to slide over it, around it. So you have to make sure these holes that you drill into the wood is big enough that it's wallered a little bit so that the sleeve can slide in there with almost zero resistance. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I don't really like the way this one turned out, and this one is going to be perfect, I believe. So then I can get the other three perfect as well. So I'm gonna be happy with that. You know, we take what we can get. And how about tip of the day? Tip of the day: appreciate your outcome. Appreciate what you end up with. Appreciate the work that you're capable of and the end result that you receive. Tip of the day by Sweet Bailey. You're welcome. Alright. So this is a long, tedious process. We have successfully mounted 2 of the 5 boards, and we have gone through 1 whole spray bottle, 32 fluid ounces of water on 4 holes. So you'll use about 8 ounces per hole. You know, maybe I'm going a little tiny bit excessive on the watering, but I just want to make sure that my bit don't get hot and get ruined, because I don't want to have to buy more of them. And this will be part 2 of the video, because this project, it's a fairly small project, but at the same time it's a very big project, because you have to use multiple kinds of drill bits. It's a step-by-step process. You have to do a certain way, and there is another step in the process. This hole, I believe, is the only one so far of the 4 that went all the way through the brick. And that's why I placed these holes where I placed them, so that they would not be in the center of the brick, because there's a middle divider there that's solid concrete. And if I drill kind of in this area here, it'll be hollow and I can go all the way through. And the ones that go all the way through are going to look like this, because it pulls that stud way back before it tightens up. And when I'm done mounting all the boards and getting them all bolted up, I'll just have to take the grinder and then grind off the excess stud so it's flush. And then after all the boards are mounted, etc., then I can drill more holes into the wood, and I'm going to mount some hooks and hanger type of deals to hang shovels on, and rakes, pitchfork and stuff like that. So I'm gonna refill my bottle now, drill the other 6 holes. I have got them all started and made sure that they're perfectly positioned. These X's here were where I was going to drill previously, until I realized that it's solid concrete right there, and that would not be the best idea. So I should drill in the hollow portion in the middle of the brick. So that is why these X's are here, and I'm not drilling there. So then, like I said a couple segments ago, hopefully next time you see the video or me, we have a whole bunch more progress than just like 10 minutes from now. LOL. Haha. Better do it best. Yeah, so we're here. We have all of the holes drilled, and we have a bit of extra paint from an old project, so we might as well use it up and paint that one wall. You know, why not? Heck yeah. So we got some white barn paint, same as what we're using in here previously. So we can get most of that off of there. And then if I can dump this in there one-handed without making a big old mess, it'll be looking pretty good. And that should be enough to do that wall, hopefully. If not, oh well, you know? Can't win them all. It's actually not very much paint, but we'll do what we can. We'll need to brush a little bit, but we're mostly going to need this doohickey. Got my nifty roller holder. So, yeah. I should have bought a new roller too, but hey you. Hold on, this stuff is not cooperating. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can make a mess here. So we're just painting this one wall, so don't have to be nothing too specific. We're just gonna lob some paint on that and call it good. Cover up that orange and some old stuff. Call it good. It doesn't matter if I get some on the studs and stuff, because it's gonna be covered up with them boards anyways. And try to be as reasonable, understanding, and a good person as you possibly can be. And that's the best you can do. So I think I'm about done painting this wall. I know it's not perfect, but it's generally better than it was. I might even cut out like a lot of this because it's almost 20 minutes of just me talking while I'm painting a wall. And most people don't have enough patience to watch something like that on YouTube. And I know that. But it's just, you know, what I'm doing. Look at that nice, mostly painted wall. LOL. That spot right there definitely needs some stuff. Right there. It's pretty dark right there. I can actually see it better through the phone camera than I can in person, because it shows the colors and stuff better because of the dang technology, man. The technology. That part don't matter because it'll be covered with a board, but we'll give it a coat anyways. It ain't perfect, but it's better. It's wider. It's better than it was. So good enough for me. Yeah. I think I'm gonna cut this whole portion out so it don't matter. Maybe I'll leave in random couple segments of painting. Maybe, I don't know. So we are here again. Oh, no, my battery's dead. Just a second. Alright, maybe this one will work better. So we're back here and we have made quite a bit of progress since you have last been with us. And we have been, looks like that one's a little shorter than the other ones. So we have been doing some stuff here in the garage after painting. Let's go a little bit of a distance away so we can see better. And this is the whole reason that we've done all this work. So we can get all of our tools on the wall, out of the way, looking snazzy. So we got some shovels hanging, rakes, pitchfork, the hose just kind of hanging on that top board perfectly. Machete, we got a broom over there, a level lawn, post hole diggers, and we have some loppers. Some loppers I haven't even took the packaging off yet or used, and our new hand cultivator. So what I've been doing is kind of placing, pre-drilling some holes, figuring out where I want things to be, and screwing in these hangers, just like so. Pre-drilling them about half the size of these threads here, and then I just screw it in all the way to the red rubber stuff there, and it is primo. It's a bit hard to turn with one hand, but we can manage. And this is why I've mounted these boards here, and we have drilled all those holes, done all this work here. This is kind of hard to turn this thing one-handed, but we're getting it. I just don't have a super amount of grip. Hold on just a second. Okay, there we go. And these hand cultivator, well, that's a nice noise. It comes with a little loop there, so we can just set that right on there. And yeah, I do need to take my little dealies off of those, but we're just kind of getting everything going where it's going. It looks like that one's ready for the loppers. So I need to unpackage the lopper we need some snippers. I don't really want to say the other word on my channel, but the viewers at home, feel free to say their real name, but I'm not going to say their real name because that's profanity. So yeah, we got this corner looking snazzy, and then we also have our brackets for hanging the weed eaters, and I'm gonna, oh, it only has two, so it's got two zip ties on there. Easy. It's hard to do all of this stuff one-handed. So I hope you're enjoying the video, because, you know, it's a lot of work to make these videos, because I have limited. This is a weird thing here. Am I supposed to turn that, pop it off of there like that? There we go. We got the new non-stick Power Gear 2 Fiskars loppers. I actually had some of these previously, and I did some work for a so-called friend, and then I stopped working for the so-called friend, and I had never seen my loppers again, never seen my four-wheeler again, and I just kind of, you know, let bygones be bygones. So I had to buy a new pair of loppers. So yeah, look at that. That is just magnificent. That's my plan from the very beginning, months and months ago, when I pre-cut the wood, and now it's taking shape. I'm going to do another product review on the Level Lawn. It's a very magnificent tool. And the Purcell diggers and the Pulaski, the broom, they're just gonna be floor items. They're out of the way enough, so that'll be fine with me. And we have everything hanging up nicely. We have room for more shovels, more rakes, more pitchforks. The hoe is just kind of perfectly angled so it can just sit right there on that beam. So that is snazzy. Let me see if I can find my hangers for my weed eaters. Here they are. So let's hang those up. I made these a long time ago and designed them specifically to hold my two weed eaters. And let's see if we can get those back up. And then the ones for the pole saw is still up there, but I ended up taking it down because the oil on the head of it was leaking on my drum set, so I took it down off there. I'm gonna pause y'all. I'm gonna set those up, hang them up, and then we'll show you. Alright, we are back and all set up. The saw, I believe the saw was also a ground floor item. I did not have a way to hang that. The subwoofer here it's just kind of wherever. I can put it over here, I believe, because I will not need to put it. I don't need it over here anymore, so let's put the put the chainsaw right there. That looks like a good home for it. So check this out. Let's get over here where we can see everything. So we have all the hand tools there, all hung up, looking snazzy, organized. And we got the weed eaters hanging up on the rafters. Pole saw, leaf blower, hedge trimmer, Husqvarna TS 354 XD. Yeah. And I also have the Chapin spreader. And my push mower's outside. I was doing some mowing. I mowed the backyard earlier. This is what I wanted. Everything hanging up out of the way, organized in a professional manner. And like I've mentioned before, and there's people that like to hate on me and my channel, my videos, but I can show you on my card here. My card has two sides. And if you look here, I run a landscaping business. That is why I have purchased this mower. That is also why I have purchased this pole saw, blower, hedge trimmer, 2 weed eaters, all these hand tools, level-on, chainsaw. I buy tools for my job. I run a landscaping business. I also have a rototiller. So, if you do a job, own a business, you need tools for the job. And most people don't do landscaping. Most people mow lawns. And there's a huge difference between hiring someone to mow your lawn and hiring a landscaper to make your property beautiful and make anything in your dreams come true. I can put in paths, fireplaces, hey there's Buddy, build fences, rototilling, mowing, weed eating. I can prune trees, limb trees, trim hedges, everything. So I give my customers as many options as possible. I know how to do all the work. I just don't have all the tools to do all the different kinds of jobs. That's why I buy tools like this. So then I have that tool to do that other kind of a job. Yes, I do mechanic as a hobby. Yes, I also landscape as a hobby. But I also own and run a landscaping business. I just don't video on my customers' properties when I'm working. 1, because I'm busy working, and 2, because I don't have a GoPro and it's not very easy to film while I'm working on my customer's property. 3, because I would have to ask each customer individually if I could film on their property. Buddy's scoping us out, enjoying the freshly mowed grass. He can't see me. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear because some people are just hating on my channel, mostly my mower video where I purchased this mower, showed you all the different standard features, and then I also showed you the upgrades that I did to it, the things that I added to it to make it work better for me. And you know, I think that's pretty awesome. Yes, I'll put a full wire harness with a floodlight on my $3,000 riding lawnmower if I want to, because I bought it with my money for my business, so I'd have a good tool to use on big jobs. I just mowed someone's property the day before yesterday, and I was weed eating for 4 hours, and I did about an hour and a half of mowing, and I got their entire property looking like a golf course. And that's what landscapers do. That's not what people that mow lawns do. People that mow lawns, they just mow the grass and they leave. They don't weed eat. They don't trim anything. They don't blow anything off with leaf blowers. They don't rake nothing. They don't plant grass. They don't cultivate nothing. They don't do any gardening or pulling weeds or nothing. Why? Because they just want a fast $20. They'll steal a mower and then go mow people's yards for, $20 a pop. And, that's the world we live in. But on my channel, I try to show people the difference in perspective, how you say things, how you look at things, the thought process. So here in one hand, you have someone that is a crackhead that stole the mower that mows lawns. In the other hand, you have a landscaper with over 20 years experience of doing multiple hundreds of different kinds of landscaping jobs, and they will do various jobs for their customers, not just mowing grass. They will plant grass, they will fertilize, they will build paths, prune trees, plant trees, remove trees, brush removal, etc., etc., etc. So just that right there is the difference between perspective and the thought process, how you look at things, how you analyze the situation. So do you want to hire someone to mow your yard that's gonna go and buy crack cocaine with the money you pay them? Or do you want to hire someone that's a professional landscaper that has almost 10 years experience on a world-class golf resort as a greenskeeper, and that if you ask them to do anything landscaping related, they can and will do it for you above your expectations at a very reasonable price? So what do you say to that? I'd give that 2 thumbs up, but I'm holding my phone with my other hand, so I can only give it 1 thumbs up. So if you like the video, I still don't know what I'm going to call these videos, but this will be part 2 of the shelf, hanger, garage, tool, organization, something or other. I don't need $1 million tractor to be a good farmer. I don't need to have a Mercedes-Benz to be popular. I'm a landscaper. I enjoy landscaping. That's why I do it for a living and as a hobby. So if you like the video, smash the like button. Consider sharing the video with a friend or family member you think may like the video. Consider leaving a nice comment down below. And consider subscribing to the channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Later. Peace.